Have you ever noticed how dogs just love to lie in the sun, even on the hottest days? They find that ray of light coming through the window, stretch out, close their eyes, and stay there for ages. But do they do this just because it feels good? Or is there something much more curious behind this habit? Some people say dogs sunbathe to produce vitamin D, just like humans. But is that true? Does their body work like ours? The truth is, sunbathing can reveal much more about your dog's instincts, health, and behavior than you might think. And in this video, you'll discover why they love this sunny moment so much, whether vitamin D really plays a part in the story, and, most importantly, what precautions you should take to ensure it's healthy and safe for them. Stick with me until the end and get ready to see the sun through different eyes, or better yet, through your dog's eyes. Vitamin D? Not exactly. Vitamin D is essential for dogs' health. It helps in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, strengthening bones and teeth, keeping muscles functioning properly, and even boosting the immune system. In other words, it's a natural booster for your dog's body. Many people believe that, like humans, dogs sunbathe to produce vitamin D. But the truth is, dogs can't efficiently synthesize vitamin D from sunlight, at least not the way we do. In humans, skin exposed to the sun directly converts UVB rays into vitamin D, which is then absorbed by the body. But in dogs, this process doesn't work the same way. Their skin has a very limited capacity for conversion. And what makes this even worse is the fact that a dog's body is covered in fur, which blocks most of the sunlight needed for this reaction. Even when there's some production of vitamin D on the surface of the skin or fur, it's not directly absorbed by the body. What dogs do instinctively is lick their own body, and by doing so, they end up ingesting a small amount of the vitamin that was activated there. But this process is much less efficient than you might think. So, the sun is not a significant source of vitamin D for dogs. They rely almost entirely on their diet to get this essential vitamin. High-quality dog food and balanced diets are the real key to maintaining optimal levels of vitamin D in your pet's body. But sunbathing still has many benefits for dogs. Let's see what they are. Animal instinct. Sunbathing is a natural and instinctive behavior for dogs, and this preference has very ancient roots. Before becoming the couch and bed companions we know today, dogs were wild animals, direct descendants of wolves. These ancestors lived exposed to changing climates and used the sun's heat as an efficient way to conserve energy and maintain body temperature, especially in colder regions or during the early hours of the day. Even with domestication and all the comforts of modern life, dogs still carry this primitive instinct. They simply feel that the sun's warmth is good, and therefore naturally seek out sunny spots in the house, whether on the living room floor, in front of the window, or even in the yard. And the most interesting part, they are very sensitive to the ambient temperature. Even in a space that seems comfortable to us, the dog may feel that its body needs a bit more warmth. So it lies there in the sun, stretches out its paws, relaxes, and stays there for as long as it feels comfortable. This habit is even more common in dogs with short fur, small size, or low body fat, who easily feel cold. For them, the sun works almost like a natural blanket. So, if you've ever wondered why your dog swaps the fluffy bed for a warm patch of floor in the sun, now you know it's pure instinct, and canine wisdom too. Relaxation and well-being. Have you ever seen your dog lying in the sun, belly up, with that look of absolute peace? That's not just physical comfort. It's also a moment of pleasure and emotional well-being. Sunlight has a direct effect on dogs' brains, stimulating the production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter related to feelings of happiness, balance, and calm. It's the famous happiness hormone, the same one that also influences our mood. When a dog sunbathes, it's not just warming up, it's also regulating its own mood. That's why dogs that sunbathe frequently tend to be calmer, sleep better, and handle stressful situations better. In fact, for more anxious or agitated dogs, daily sunbathing can be a great ally. Another important point is that sun exposure helps adjust the circadian rhythm, that is, the internal biological clock that regulates sleep and wakefulness. Just like in humans, natural light sends signals to the dog's body saying, now it's time to be active, or now it's time to rest. So, when you see your dog roasting in the sun with that sleepy look, you can be sure it's relaxing its body, balancing its mood, and taking care of its health in a very smart and completely natural way. Pain relief. For many dogs, especially older ones or those with joint problems, sunbathing can be a natural way to relieve pain. The sun's warmth acts like a natural warm compress, helping to relax muscles, increase blood circulation, and reduce joint stiffness. Dogs with arthritis, dysplasia, or old injuries often seek out the sun's rays for this very reason. They feel the relief that the warmth provides. Just as we humans enjoy a hot water bottle when we're in pain, dogs recognize that that warm spot on the floor brings immediate comfort. They position themselves strategically, sometimes turning to the side, lying belly up, or pressing exactly where they feel the most pain. And the most interesting part, they do this instinctively, without being taught. If your dog has a chronic condition or is in the senior phase of life, allowing sunbathing moments at safe times can be an excellent complementary care method, always alongside veterinary supervision. Prevention of skin problems. Sunbathing can also be an important ally in preventing skin diseases in dogs. Sunlight has natural properties that help reduce moisture and keep the skin more ventilated, creating a less favorable environment for the proliferation of fungi, bacteria, and parasites. Dogs living in humid places with little exposure to natural light tend to develop dermatitis, fungal infections, and even mange more easily, especially sarcoptic mange, which is highly contagious and causes a lot of itching and discomfort. While the sun doesn't eliminate mange by itself, it can help keep the skin less prone to secondary infections, temporarily relieving mild itching and helping the animal feel more comfortable. Moderate sun exposure also helps keep the skin drier and the fur less oily, which is beneficial especially for dogs with dense fur or sensitive skin. When a dog seeks out the sun and lies with a specific part of its body exposed, it can be a sign that it's trying to relieve some itch or irritation, an instinctive behavior that shows how they recognize the benefits of warmth and sunlight. But it's important to remember, sunbathing is a complement, not a treatment. If your dog has lesions, hair loss, redness, or constant itching, it's essential to see a veterinarian. Sunbathing can help with prevention and mild relief, but skin diseases like mange require specific treatment and professional supervision. Beware of excess. Despite all the benefits that the sun offers, it's crucial to remember that excess can be dangerous for dogs. Just like humans, they also risk suffering from sunburn, especially on the most sensitive areas of their body, such as the nose, ears, belly, and regions with little fur. Dogs with light skin or short fur are even more vulnerable, and in cases of frequent and unprotected exposure, they can even develop skin cancer. Another very serious risk is heat stroke. Unlike us, dogs don't sweat through their skin. They regulate their body temperature by panting through respiration. On very hot days, if the animal's body heats up beyond what it can control, it can suffer thermal collapse, a severe condition that can cause fainting, vomiting, and in extreme situations, even death. Therefore, it's essential to provide a safe environment. Sun exposure should occur at the right times, preferably early in the morning or late in the afternoon, when the sun's rays are gentler. During the rest of the day, especially between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., it's important to keep the dog in shaded and well-ventilated areas. It's also indispensable to ensure that they always have clean, fresh water available to stay hydrated. If your dog likes to stay in the sun for a long time, watch for signs of excessive panting, weakness, disorientation, or any signs of discomfort. These can be symptoms of overheating. And if your dog has light skin, talk to the veterinarian. Today, there are specific sunscreens for pets that help protect the most sensitive areas of the body. In other words, the sun is good, but it needs to be enjoyed with moderation and attention. With proper care, you ensure that your dog receives the benefits of the sun in a safe and healthy way. Sunbathing is much more than just a habit for dogs. It's a natural behavior full of physical and emotional benefits. From general well-being, pain relief to helping prevent skin problems. The sun's rays play an important role in the routine of our furry friends. But as we've seen, balance is key. The sun is good, but it needs to be enjoyed with care at the right times and with attention to the signals your dog gives. With a safe space, shade, fresh water, and love, you ensure that they enjoy all the good that the sun has to offer, with health and safety. And now tell me, does your dog like to sunbathe? Do they have a favorite spot in your house? Leave a comment, we'd love to know. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content, and share with those who also love taking good care of pets. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.